Hi everyone, I'm Ankush, and in this very short video, I'm going to explain you how this authentication thing works with the help of JWT. So first of all, let's get started. First things first, what is JWT? JWT authentication system is basically a short form for JSON Web Token, which means it is a sort of token which has been stabilized for a web. Okay, now let's straight get into the working of it. So first of all, what happens? For example, I am a user and I have been signed in with let's say an email. Let's say my email is ankush@gmail.com. Let's suppose this is my email and I have been signed in by this particular email. And what do I want? I want that whenever I go for a protected route, let's say I go to amazon.com, and then on amazon.com there's a route named cart. So it says amazon.com/cart, and I want to access this particular path/cart. What essentially do I want here? That only the logged in user can be able to access this particular token, this particular path. How can I make it possible in real life? To make it possible, what I will do on the front end side, I will apply logic that let's say I have saved a token in my local storage. So first of all, get a token from that local storage or session storage, whatever. Get a token from that local storage, and then if there is a token, then allow the user to visit that path. If there is no token, then don't allow user to visit that particular path. So if it is there, token is there, please allow him to visit that card. If it is not, redirect it to the home page, let's say. Fine. This is the basic check that is applied on front end based on the token, if the token is available or not. But how this token actually is working? uh, token actually works like this. So let's say what is happening behind the scenes. There is a process called signing token. uh, so we basically sign a JWT token. And how do we sign it? JSON basically provides you a function or utility function to sign the JWT token, and it takes a few things. First of all, it takes an object of whatever properties, whatever let's say in information you want to include in the token. Let's say I want to encrypt my ID, or let's say I want to encrypt my email. These are the two things that I want to encrypt in the token. And then it takes a secret. And then based upon these two secrets, this secret is only known to you, by the way. This is private to you. Only you as a developer know this secret. Otherwise, nobody else know this. Now, how this is working? This is working on the principle of encryption and decryption. So, what actually happens here? A token is created which is encrypted. So, a token will be created. Let's say a token was generated by using this information, your email ID and whatever, and then the secret. By the help of the secret, a token will be generated, and this will be an encrypted token, which means encryption simply means, for example, let's say my current password is ABC and my encryption technique is +3. Then the password which will be generated will be +3 to each letter. So A plus 3 is D. So B plus 3 is E, and C plus 3 is F. So this is an encrypted token. Fine. And this is an decrypted token. So this is the encryption strategy and decryption strategy. So -3 is the decryption strategy for this. This is how encryption and decryption works. With the help of this particular secret, like let's say in this particular case, what is the tool that I'm using? I'm using plus Caesar Cyber tool. So it includes +3 to the letters, to each letter, and -3 while decrypting and +3 while encrypting. In the case of JWT signing token, a secret is used, and this secret is used while I am signing the token, which means I'm encrypting the token, and it is also used while I'm decrypting the token. Fine. So this information is taken, and then with the help of it, a string is generated. Let's say a long string will be generated, which will contain characters from your email, your ID, and your token. So these three things will be combined together, and long token will be generated, which will be in the form of encrypted token. Okay. And then what happens? This is sent to your front end. Let's say this is your front end. This will be sent to your front end while you log in or sign in or whatever. And as soon as this front end receives this, for example, you send your credentials to backend. So backend received your credentials, which was your email. and password. And after verifying it in the database, what it did, it generated a token and it sent it back. This is your backend. Backend verified it and then it sent it back to front end. And what did it return to the front end? It returned uh, a token. So a token got returned to the front end, and this token was now saved by the front end. So this front end will save it. The token will be saved. Okay. And now, whenever further requests go in the backend, for example, I want to get who is the current user. Let's say I have an object in my database, and this object looks like this. I have an object which says, let's say name is, let's say Ankush, and let's say age is 21, and so on and so forth. You can have multiple information, a lot of fields of information, and I want to gather these all information about the logged in user. How will I get it on the front end? So to get it on the front end, I will simply put a request to my backend. Let's say this is my front end, and this front end will make a request to my backend, which is this particular thing. And in this request, it will include this token every single time. Every single time when I want to get the information of the user, or I want to um like get a protected route, what I will do, I will include this particular token in the request. And then this backend will verify this token. How will it verify it? It will use the method of decryption. If you remember here, we use the method of encryption to sign the token with email, ID, and secret. And now the secret will be used to extract the information. Let's say I extracted ID and email here by the method of decryption. So by decryption, this whole token got converted into separated into secret, email, and ID. These three things got separated, and on the basis of this email or ID, I can search in my database that get me the details of the user who has email ID of ankush@gmail.com. And after it, I will get the details of the user, and after getting the details, I will pass them back to the front end. Fine, back to the front end, and now this front end will receive the information about the logged in user. This is how this authentication thing works with the help of what do you call it, JWT token. Fine. Okay, I hope this whole thing makes sense to you. If it made sense, and if you like it, hit that like button, please. Hit that like button. Do subscribe if you want similar type of videos. And yeah, this was for the video. Thank you.